Okay, today I want to talk to you about the Razorsharp Edgemaking System. The system consists of two different wheels. One has silicon carbide grit, so this is the coarse side, and then the other wheel is the polishing side, basically like a power straw. And both of them are made out of just pressed paper, but this one does have some silicon carbide grit that has been glued to the face of the wheel, and that allows it to give it some abrasive to do some coarse sharpening when you need to. These are 8-inch wheels. We've assembled this onto a 5-inch grinder. You can either use a 5 or 6 or an 8-inch grinder. One thing I do recommend though is to have the wheels bigger than the motor. By doing that, it allows you to, when you're sharpening your knives, to have a little bit of clearance so your fingers aren't bumping into the motor. So that's why we use some 8-inch wheels on a 6-inch bench grinder. Normally you can, or a 5-inch bench grinder. Normally you can find a 6-inch bench grinder more commonly, and you can use either 1/2-inch or 5/8 arbors with this kit. It comes with a bushing that you can either leave in or take out as you need. 3450 RPMs is the recommended speed on the motor. I have heard some people using a slower RPMs, but the manufacturer does recommend the faster speed grinders. Okay. When you first get your wheels, they're going to be this one's going to be very coarse, and this is not going to have anything on it. So what you want to do is turn the tool on. The kit will come with some wax, and the wax is designed to go into this tool, or to go into this wheel, to make it so that it kind of dilutes it down, so the blade isn't, or the wheel isn't quite as abrasive against your blade. So what you'll do is you'll take it and put on a couple seconds worth of wax. When you first put it on, and take like an old knife and go against the wheel, and what that does is it takes that wax and helps spread it around the wheel. And so every time you sharpen the knife, you want to take just a little bit of wax on there. On this other wheel, you'll take the white rouge that it comes with, and again, about just a second or two of rouge on that, and that'll kind of charge it to make it so that it'll polish your blade. So I'll show you first on sharpening a gouge. This is a number 9 gouge made by Danny Neubauer. This gouge here, I take it. Now it's important to remember which way the wheels are going down. Right now it's coming down like this, and so with that I hold the blade horizontal to the wheel. And by doing that I can make sure that I keep the bevel completely flat, the bevel being the angled part of the blade from this point all the way out to the tip. So I'm not left-handed, but I'll turn it this way so you can see it. But what I'm doing is I'm watching down the face of that wheel, and I'm going from one edge all the way to the other end. And by doing it this way, I can see that it's very flat against it. And so I'm making sure that I'm contacting that whole bevel portion. If you're ever uncertain what part you're actually taking off, take like a black magic marker, mark it on here, and then once you make your pass with it, you'll be able to tell exactly what you've been taking off. So the idea is to take that, go back and forth, and until you get the wire edge from one point all the way to the other. And the wire edge is a little bit of a burr that's created on the inside of the tool, again from one edge all the way to the other. Sometimes you can see it, but most commonly you can feel it. After I get that wire edge, I come over here, put a little bit of rouge on it, and again I'm going to take that, go up and down, it's important that you don't just work the middle of the tool, that you go from one edge to the other, stop, from this edge to the other, stop. Sometimes people just work in the middle like this, and by doing that it wears it down prematurely in the center and you leave your wings out long. So you can take it back and forth, and now once you polish that off, normally about 5 to 10 passes is all you need for this. So then I take the flex cut slip strop, which we demonstrated in a different video. I charge the profile that it fits best with the compound, and I take my tool and I pull it straight back. What this is doing is it's knocking off any kind of burr that's created on the inside profile of the tool, and I've got that gouge good and sharp. On the next segment, we'll show you how to sharpen either a pocket knife or a carving knife using the same Razorsharp system.